The obstruction by occupying force is a war crime, so should this be included as a case for the criminal court in The Hague?
As we all know, in early February, the pre-trial chamber of the International Criminal Court released its ruling saying that the International Criminal Court had jurisdiction over all parts of the occupied Palestinian territory, East Jerusalem, Gaza, and the West Bank. And then in early March, the prosecutor said she was now going to move the complaint she had received with respect to allegations of war crimes, both against Israeli military and political figures, but as well against some Palestinian armed groups as well, from the first stage of an informal review to the second stage, which is a formal investigation. You heard me speak a few minutes ago with respect to accountability. Truly, on the international stage, the International Criminal Court's proceedings are really the only legal forms of accountability that are present today that may hold Israel to account with respect to some of its actions. The prosecutors indicated that there are complaints in a range of areas. Three of the main ones include the Israeli war with respect to Gaza in 2014, the shooting of thousands of demonstrators by the Israeli army in 2018, 2019 on the Gaza frontier during the Great March of Return, and the Israeli settlements. I'm sure that the prosecutor's office probably would be open to other formal complaints with respect to the allegations of war crimes being committed. With respect to the obstruction of healthcare, all of this depends in law as to whether a pattern of human rights violations are serious enough and have gone on long enough that they change into going from human rights violations into a war crime. And that's going to be a professional assessment made, among other places, by the prosecutor's office at the International Criminal Court. But certainly the three that I mentioned are, I think, probably going to be investigated in detail, and there may well be others as well. One other example of something that may be put to the International Criminal Court will be the annexation of East Jerusalem, as well as the formal annexation by Israel of the Golan Heights in 1981. Both were condemned by the Security Council at the time, but in 2010 amendments made to the Rome Statute, the international community added the annexation of territory as a crime of aggression under the Rome Statute. So that may well also be a matter that's in the hands of the prosecutor in The Hague.